Hey everybody, this is Modesta Mahigan Buguni from Purpose and Excellence. I'm excited we're still here. This is day 4 of how to bounce back from setbacks. If you ever had setbacks that just left you winded, you're thinking, oh my goodness, how do I recover from this? This program, this series is going to help you through that. So in case you're wondering what's Purpose and Excellence, it's a platform that's equipping 100 million African leaders, people that are purpose-driven, servant at heart, that want to drive results with excellence. And what I always say is, I know you want to drive market results in your career, in your business and ministry, and you really want to go out there and have impact. But unless your life 360 in every area, your relationships, your finances, spiritually, all of these areas, friends and family and health, if all of these other areas are not going well, your time management, your character, your competencies, if these things aren't doing well, then either I just won't at all have any impact out in the marketplace, or you'll be lopsided. So people outside are like, oh my goodness, they're so successful, they're doing so very well. And then those in your private life will say, well, I beg to differ. They're not as they seem. And so let's have holistic development. Let's go at it in the marketplace, and let's also do really well in our private lives. So you either have just gone through a setback, or you had been through a setback and you're still feeling the effect of that setback, and you're still reeling from this. Modesta, this thing has knocked the wind out of me. I don't know which way is which. I don't know if I am still the same person before this setback came around. I don't know if I should pursue the same thing. Should I do something different? Does this setback mean I am less? Does this setback mean take the hint? You cannot go after those dreams like that. You cannot be invested like that. Business may not be for you. Go back into employment, or you want to get into another position, and this setback just told you, maybe not, maybe I should just stay where I am. And I'd like you to go through really practical steps, go through a process that'll help you overcome the setback no matter what it is. And so day 4 is all about setting new goals. Okay, so life has changed for you, and now you have to have new goals. So this is it. You know that this setback has just brought a change to your life. And as I shared with you, I'm a change management practitioner. And one of the things that I love about the discipline is how it really helps you process from, I'm just going through this and I'm aware I have an issue, to making sure that you execute a plan and be able to reinforce, be able to entrench and cement the new goals and the new strategies that you want to use to get out of this place to the next place, to transition from where you are, which right now is setback, not good, at least the way you see it, to a place where, yay, I'm winning again, I'm back on top. So one of the models that I love using, and I mentioned this in day 1 and day 2, is ADKAR. And ADKAR is anyone going through a change, anyone wanting to pursue a change, needs to first of all know that something has happened and you need to change. You need to have awareness. That's what A in ADKAR stands for. Then D, desire. You actually need to want to change. You want to get out of the setback. For some people, that setback makes them very comfortable. Like, yep, I knew it. I know I wasn't cut out for it. So yeah, that went and proved it. I fell flat on my face. Everything I put all these, eggs in one basket, and things didn't work out. That is God telling me, get out. You are not the person, you cannot do it. And so some people use setbacks as a comfort zone, as a crutch, as a reason to say, I have a handicap. I can't do it. I'm not made for it. I'll just sit here, and if God wants me to do anything, he will rain down his thoughts, or he will bring someone, or he will open a way. I'm just going to sit here, and supernaturally things will move around, and then that'll be a hint that, yep, you can now get up. But if I'm not getting that supernatural hint, I'm not making a move. So that means that for some people, setbacks make them just want to give up. They have no desire to get out from it. And so the D in ADKAR is, you actually need to have to desire to change. You need to have to desire Does need to have to make sense? It keeps on coming out of me. You have to desire, to want to get out of this, get back on track, and like today's topic says, set new goals to get you to where you want to go. So if this has been a deviation on the road on your way someplace, it doesn't mean that you're no longer going to that destination just simply because you've had to take a deviation. It just means that you have to recalculate route. So if you're, all about GPS, okay, so what is a GPS saying? That, okay, now I'll have to rethink, relook at a way to get there. But of course, I still want to get there. You have to have the desire. Number 3 is knowledge. You need to know what it takes. And setting new goals today also includes get that knowledge that you need for you to be able to set new goals. And with setting new goals, I don't want to get ahead of myself for the next days that are coming, but setting new goals might actually also mean that you have to have new systems, new skills, new competencies. There may have to be a couple of new things that you're adjusting around you so that you can now work with this, which is your new norm. And then apart from knowledge is ability. It's one thing to have the knowledge. I know what I need to do technically. And it's another thing to have the ability to do what you need to do. And so you could have the knowledge, but not the competency. Maybe you won't be able to do it, at the level and with the competence and in the time that something is required. And so you also need to assess, what is my ability? If I want to work through the setback, I want to plan my way back up. If I want to, set new goals, do I have the ability to be able to do what I now need to do to get myself where I want to go? And so you check on your ability. And the last thing, the R on ADKAR, is reinforcement. You're about to set out on a new journey within your journey because you have this setback. And so can you reinforce this new thing? And remember, all that you know and had been wired to do was the plan A, was the initial thing. And so this is making you uncomfortable. And even if your mind, remember, number 1 was get a hold of your thoughts and feelings. Even if now you're processing, like, okay, the setback is here. I cannot pretend it's not there and kind of hope that it'll go away. I cannot wait it out. I cannot just dig my head in the sand in the hope that things will work out. I truly have to do something about this. And so now that you know you have to do something, even if you're uncomfortable, and your default setting is to just revert to where you were. I know your mind knows that you need to now work with the new norm, work with a new budget, work with, less people than you had supporting you, work with different expectations, whatever it is that's been compromised. And now you are stuck where you are, or you have been even demoted and reduced to what you initially had. You know that you have to work your way in this new system, in this new way. I don't, maybe you don't have a car now and you have to walk or whatever it is, or you have to, get somebody else's transport, or you have to sell your car to pay some bill. And, and so now you have to go to public transport. Maybe it takes longer. And so you have to make adjustments. Make sure, especially since these new adjustments are so new to you and they're not your initial desire, that you build a system around yourself to reinforce this change and this track that you want to take. So like I say, I like to get very practical. This is what, when you strip me out for everything I say and do, this is what I get down to. And this is what I'd like to help you with today as we're talking about setting new goals. It's this: own your transformation. You are going through what you're going through. This is real. You have a setback and you need to work with that. Number 2, remember your patterns. What happens to you when you get a setback? Do you sulk? Do you get depressed? Do you just disappear and stay down? Do you get self-destructive? What is it that you do? Remember your patterns and stop them. Don't repeat your patterns. And then number 3, you need to set your core values. What are your core values? What are your non-negotiables in life? Like, I know this setback is coming, but these things I am not going to compromise from. Remember your non-negotiables, because you know why? You're going to have to lean down. You're going to have to strip everything to the bare minimum, which actually will be driven by your core values and non-negotiables. Number 4, set and structure a plan. a master plan around what you now need to do. And you're auditing your 24 hours a day. You're now being even more intentional about how you spend your time, how you spend your money, how you spend relationships, how you invest yourself for your development and your career, etc. And then number 5, make sure that these success strategies that you're going to apply will be integrated into your lifestyle. That it isn't just a shock therapy intervention, but it's part and parcel of who you are. And so why do I say set new goals? Why is number 4 set new goals? Because if you continue in this limbo of, I'm going through a setback, okay, I'm telling myself this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm fearing, and maybe I feel like I'm out of control, and you're thinking it through. Even if you remind yourself that this setback doesn't define you, remind yourself who you are in God, you remind yourself all the competencies, the character, you remind yourself all the battles that you have won before. Even if you can make plans, adjustments, you're writing them down to get yourself back up without setting new goals. And tomorrow we're really going to talk about taking action. You will still, because your mind, your thoughts, just because you spoke to yourself, let's say day 1, doesn't mean that those thoughts won't come back. Everything around you will say, loser, loser, loser. Oh man, you're going nowhere. That's it. It's over for you right now. And so you need to set new goals right now, because that gets you back in control. That I have got my goals. Even if the original plan isn't working out, I still am the same person capable of going to the same place that I wanted to go. And so now I'm setting goals of how to get from here, which is a compromised state to you, to where I want to go. That is why it is so key to immediately set new goals. After you've gone through that hit me, that winded me, that gutted me. After you've gone through the emotional and the mental turmoil, and you've allowed yourself to come down and really think this through, set new goals so that you're not brooding over what could have been, so that you're not crying over spilt milk, so that you're not thinking, oh, what if, and so that it gets you back in control. Instead of feeling like I'm in limbo, I don't know what's going on, get back in control by setting new goals. And you're saying, okay, I can do something about it. I might have to start a little further back than I would have liked to, but I have something to work with. And tomorrow we'll talk about how you can now institute these new goals. You can start implementing them and rallying all those people around you that you were doing plan A with to support you with this. And we'll even talk about later putting in systems. So for instance, you're going to go through your bank accounts. If you had any standing orders, if you had any payments that was supposed to go through, if you had any limits, maybe you had a great limit, you're not going to limit your limit because now your finances aren't as they were before. Whatever it is that you could just do lavishly before, you have to go lean on right now as you're allowing yourself to transition through this. And the only way you can make those decisions and stick to those decisions is if you set new goals immediately after after you really getting a hold of yourself and saying, okay, I'm going to plan my way back out. I'm going to set new goals. And then now these goals will inform me and everybody else I'm doing life with how we can get out of this. And actually, as the person who really is in control, the person who owns this transition and this transformation, as the leader, you are going to give so much hope and energy, and you're going to revitalize everybody else who also went through and felt the setback. I've got my hair going everywhere. Went through and felt the setback. As a leader, when you set new goals, you're telling people, look, it's not all lost. We're not a lost cause. We can't get back to where we were. But now we will have to work on new goals, and ta-da! Here, you unveil them, or even better, you work with them at setting new goals so that you all feel empowered and equipped to be able to take this challenge, a challenge within the initial challenge that you had, that'll help you get back on track. So this is how you can bounce back from any setback that life sets you. Own your transformation. Remember your patterns and cut them off. Any distracted patterns that you go through when you go through a setback, when things don't go your way, don't be a child. You're an adult. You can make a decision to make the right decision. It would be nice to just, I want to sulk, I want to rant and I rave, and I want to go on a spending spree. We can't afford to do that as adults. Number 3, remember your core values, because you're going to strip everything and just remain with your core. Number 4, come up with a plan, which is what we're talking about this couple of days. And then number 5, make sure whatever plan that you have come up with, you can institute, you can reinforce as success strategies within your lifestyle so that you can include it in everything else that you have to do. I hope these sessions are speaking to you. Please do leave me comments if they are. Leave me comments below and tell me, if you have been going through a setback and what going through the sessions with me is doing for you would really reinforce what I want to do out there with you. And you can even share with me some of what you're going through. You don't have to get into graphic details so that I can address your questions and your particular challenges in the next session we have, which is tomorrow. And so I look forward to seeing you. Please do subscribe. Turn on that bell so that whenever I'm on or post a video, you will get notified. And please do share. I am out to build 100 million African leaders. And so every click counts. Thank you so very much for your time. And I'll see you tomorrow. It's Modesta Mahiga Mbuguni from Purpose and Excellence. God bless you. And I pray that you thrive. Bye. There's a mosquito in there.